Jesse Skomra. I am a practitioner of parkour, also known as a Traceur. In elementary school, I had a terrible problem with being overweight. I was experiencing the fallout of several asthma attacks, and I took albuterol for those asthma attacks. But what that did was it gave me a very large appetite, and having a large appetite and going to elementary school was not a very good mix for me because it made me self-conscious, and when I was self-conscious, I would eat my feelings away, which would make me more overweight and more self-conscious, and that would lower my self-confidence, and that would just totally wreck my academic career, making me very incapable of doing math because of my self-confidence. I'd have to stay in during lunch period, like during lunch and during our actual playtime, which added more to my overweightness. And so I'd be sitting there in my seat next to my math teacher, and then I'd see all the kids coming in just looking at me like, oh dude, that's terrible. And that would happen every single day, and then I'd come home and I'd have to do my math homework, and since I didn't believe that I could do it, I didn't do it. I didn't do very well, and it was just so, like, it piled up on itself with my confidence and then my math stuff, and then eating away my feelings, and then my math problems and my physical weight. It was a disaster. And so I looked into different physical activities, whether it be soccer, basketball, football, swimming, but none of them really cut it for me. Like, it wasn't a personal connection. Then I saw a YouTube video of this guy doing flips and tricks and parkour movements in a city in like a cool costume, and it was just like, wow, this looks like something I want to do. And so I looked up parkour lessons, and what came up was Parkour Horizons, and that was the real start to my journey, where I started to get self-confidence, my self-esteem got a lot better, I started losing weight, and I started doing very well in my academics. I now enjoy doing math and just all those other things. But what really came about it was just the ability to say, I can do this, and to know that if I put my mind to something, I can do it. Like, there's nothing that can stop you if you can say personally to yourself, yes, you can. You are able to do this. You are able to do this jump, this vault, or whatever it is. Because that's what parkour brought to me, and that's basically what it means to me. It's just that you can do this.
Parkour is often described as being like 70% mental and only 30% physical. We are forced to work problem-solving skills. How do I get from this point to that point? And how can I do it even considering there might be something in my way? So how can I work with that obstacle and use it to create a new movement opportunity so it can achieve my goal? So we are constantly dealing with problem solving, as well as reinforcing that problem solving positively. We do something and it might fail the first time, and we do it again and again and again, and we try at different times, different ways, different methods of approaching that problem. And when you accomplish it, that really shows you from a psychological perspective, oh, this is worth my time. This problem solving is a good thing for me, and I think it reinforces that sort of thought pattern. It seems to me like Jesse's confidence socially has improved here, but his confidence with his own body has also improved a lot. There are two big boxes back there. They're 8 feet high, and it's an 8-foot jump. Now, Jesse's been able to jump 8 feet in distance for a long time, probably as long as I've been working with him, but it's taken a lot of work to bring him up to that confidence where he's comfortable jumping 8 feet in distance at an 8-foot height with a drop and solid objects underneath him. So he's really developed his confidence in that. The ability to just go for something that you know you can do takes a lot of time to build. A lot of the times we look at jumps that we know we're physically capable of, but they're very difficult to conquer mentally. And that's a skill in and of itself. And Jesse's been working on that and made big improvements in that respect.
I've seen a huge development in Jesse. Firstly, I mean, obviously physically, as he's grown older, body's changes that he's gone through is impressive. His athleticism has improved greatly, his coordination, and his mentality, commitment to training, being able to continue to try something that is difficult yet still give it a go. You know, even the struggles of, you know, continuous failure of a movement, like that just leads us closer to success. And I've seen his dedication to be okay with those failures to lead to those successes. And then I've seen how kind of the parkour training that he's gone through has flowed over into his personal life and a little bit, the things he shared with me and the mindset that he has towards other challenges that he's approached in his life. I see a big crossover between the mindset for training and how we take that mindset into our personal lives as well. Physically, he's had massive changes, mentally, lots of changes, and even emotionally, the way that he's like dealt with challenges and things like that, I see a lot of growth. Just watching him kind of basically just grow up, you know, become more of an adult from that childhood Jesse that we knew. There is a lot that I get from my students, especially the teens, kind of going off of that developmental stage that they're in. You know, as an adult now, I'm 31, so I'm no longer a child, no longer really an adolescent. I keep that childlike spirit fully alive inside of me, and I'm constantly accessing. But there are a lot of things that we forget as we get older about how to be kind of children, how to be playful. Parkour continues to help us develop that within ourselves, but the ability to teach kids and teens really helps to kind of keep that fresh and constant in my life. There's a lot that parkour can help many teens, and teens especially, I feel, because they're going through that weird transition period in their life where they're starting to have their own independence and try to figure out what's my direction, what's my purpose in life, what do I like, what do I want to do? And I feel like parkour does a really good job of fleshing out those questions and helping us to kind of derive the answers that we're looking for. What interests us? Why do we do the things that we do? Why are you training this movement? Why are you working these skills? What is it helping you to improve? And when you answer those questions honestly, you're really getting to the core of who you are and what you want to do with your life. Not maybe as a career, but at least what motivates you, what pushes you forward. And parkour definitely has that ability to inspire that in you and kind of cultivate that in yourself. If you believe in yourself and what you're capable of doing, you're going to be able to push yourself a lot more to overcome those challenges, to move forward, and be willing to approach new challenges and be okay with the failure that's involved. You know, failure is honestly just the stepping stones towards success. And if you're able to push yourself through those hard times, you're going to come out a lot stronger. And I've seen the teens who've come into parkour and really focus on the aspect of dedication to training and working hard are the ones who come away more confident, more capable, and just more well-rounded.
Practicing parkour isn't about all the flashy flips or cool tricks or whatnot. It's about practicing discipline over and over and over again. It's about the nitty-gritty details of doing something repeatedly over a long period of time and mastery of those movements whenever you finally get them down. But the thing is, it takes time, and it takes a lot of time. To be able to do the same thing takes a lot of patience as well, because you're not going to be able to do everything the first time. But the thing is, if you're very committed, then you'll be able to say, all right, I'm going to do this. It might take me time. It's going to take me energy. But I will do this, and I will do it well.